And as we continue our look at Measure A, which is coming up on the March 8th ballot for the voters of San Clemente, we welcome to the show Bill Hart. He is with the San Clemente Watershed Task Force and the Coastal Advisory Committee. He is in favor of Measure A. Welcome to the show. And why should people vote yes on Measure A?
Well, thank you, Terry. What it boils down to is how people visualize using North Beach. Are we going to continue to keep it as it is? Kind of empty, a little bit run down, or are we going to start to improve it and make better use of North Beach? And what has been proposed is a very nice development, restaurants, small food shops, a lot of open space, plazas, ocean views, and if that's what the public wants, then that's what's going to be built in North Beach.
Mm-hmm. What about the opponents rather, are saying that this is almost a gift of public property that's being sold for a fraction of its worth?
Well, that's a little bit misleading. First of all, nobody knows what the sales price is going to be. The sales price is going to be set anywhere from 7 to 12 years out from today. And the reason is that nobody wanted to establish a price for the property until you could establish the rental income and the market conditions at the time. So the way that's going to work is the city will hire an appraiser 3 years after the Playa del Norte has been in operation. And that appraiser will then look at the value, the rents, the profitability, and there's going to be a split for the city and a split for the developer, and that's what's going to determine the price.
So in the meantime, though, the city will retain ownership of the land and the developer will simply be building on it, and then there's going to be some negotiated going on to figure out who's going to eventually
specifically, yes, it's a lease option arrangement.
Yeah. One of the other concerns is that this could put the city on the hook for as much as $4.5 million in infrastructure costs.
Well, that's a little bit misleading, but I would encourage people to go to the city's website, and they will find a financial facts report that just got placed on the website, and it actually does a very good job of splitting out the improvements that are being made to North Beach in general versus the improvements that are supporting the Playa del Norte project. But the key thing is that Playa del Norte is going to generate sales tax, property tax, and parking revenue that actually pays back the city's investment, according to this report, pays back that city's investment in 3 years. And that's not including whatever the developer will pay for the land itself.
One of the concerns that you mentioned parking fees, but one of the concerns they have is that there's parking right there right now. It's fairly close to the beach. A lot of the parking that's being talked about in the development would actually be farther away from the beach than where it is now.
Well, there's an entire parking management plan for North Beach, and that was done at the insistence of the opponents to Playa del Norte. And that parking management plan projects parking needs for all possible developments in North Beach out to the year 2035. And the parking management plan does actually encourage beach parking. It actually moves some of the parking that's dedicated to the train station there, the Metrolink station, does move that across the street, but encourages the beach parking. And it's important for people to know that the parking lot that runs right along the beach on Avenida Estacion actually remains. It remains virtually untouched. So there is beach-closed parking. People should not fear losing their beach parking. There will be an abundance of parking.
One of the proposals that has been brought forward by opponents of the project would be to take the area now and turn it into a park. What's wrong with that?
Well, first of all, it's a nice idea, perhaps a nice alternative, but it's kind of a figment of someone's imagination to do that. Anyone could propose to build anything there. Specifically, a park costs money. It costs money not only to build, but it's on an ongoing basis. And there's no money budgeted for a park in North Beach. In the meantime, we're building a 5-acre park right across the street in El Camino Real that will be a blufftop park that has all the facilities and a beautiful ocean view. So, you know, I could, for instance, say that we're going to put a circus tent on that site, and it would have just as much basis of reality as someone saying we should put a park on that site. The way the city does its planning with its parks, the only way you could build a park there today is either raise taxes to pay for an unplanned park, or cancel some other park in the city that's, you know, in the plans, and say, well, we'll take away someone's soccer fields in order to build a park in North Beach.
One last thing. One of the things that people really identify with that area is the old Miramar Theater. The project that's proposed does not touch that.
That's correct. On the other hand, it does encourage investment throughout the North Beach area, and most of the business owners in that area are very, very anxious to see Playa del Norte built, because they realize that it upgrades the entire area, it generates foot traffic, it brings people in there who are looking for entertainment, grab a dinner at the restaurant, or perhaps a cup of coffee, or even if you're stopping by the bakery to get a loaf of fresh baked bread. It provides the opportunity for these other businesses to attract customers. With that, there is an incentive to upgrade all of the properties, and we hope the Miramar joins in that effort.
And in the last couple of seconds, your website that people can go to?
www.pronorthbeach.org, or you can find us on Facebook at Facebook/Playa del Norte.
Very good. And if you missed that, you can go to our website, and that is www.cox3.com. Click on the Cox Forum link, and you will find connections to all of the folks that we have been talking to tonight on the Cox Forum.